Hey everyone, I'm Data Entry Pros. Welcome back to my channel. If you're diving into the world of virtual assistants, then know that data entry is one of the most fundamental skills that you need to master. A lot of people in the virtual assistant industry go into the aspects of data entry field. But then here's the catch. Data entry is not just about typing fast. It's about precision, efficiency, and then using the right tools to get the job done smartly. I've seen many new virtual assistants jump into data entry aspects without realizing that each industries have different tools specifically designed to make the job easier. So, whether you're handling business reports, social media analytics, inventory tracking, or financial records, the tools that you choose are either going to save you time or slow you down. So in this video, I will break it all down for you based on my experience and also share my insights on the best tools for different types of data entry, time saving tips that help you work like a pro, and how to research and choose the right tool for the job. So let us start by understanding data entry. The thing is, many people think of data entry as a simple repetitive skill. But let me tell you something. Most professionals actually treat it as a real skill because one, it's about accuracy. You see, one little mistake in a financial record can actually cost a business thousands of dollars. Secondly, it's about speed and efficiency because the faster you work without errors efficiently, the more valuable you become. And lastly, it's about choosing the right tools. You see, not all data belongs in a Google Sheet. Once you start thinking of data entry as a real skill that requires strategy and precision, you will approach it like a high level virtual assistant rather than a beginner. So, now that we've understood what data entry is, let's move on to the essential tools for different data entry tasks. Now, here is where many beginners get it wrong because they always assume that one tool fits everything concerning data entry, especially in the use of Excel or Google Sheets. But that's not true. Different industries rely on different tools, and I am going to share with you what I've learned from my experiences. We'll start with Google Sheets, which is the most versatile and beginner friendly tool. If you're new to data entry, it's advisable for you to start with your Google Sheets because it's free, it's easy to access, it's also cloud based, meaning that your works are always saved. It's also best for tracking business records, client databases, content calendar, and basic financial data. And for you to work efficiently with this tool, I would advise you to learn these simple formulas, starting with the equals sum for adding up numbers quickly. Secondly, the lookup is also to search for values in a large data set. And lastly, you can use the equals filter in close brackets to find and extract a specific data. An example for this is like, let's say, like when a client needs a daily tracker for their business expenses. So instead of you to manually calculate the totals every day, you should use the sum formula to automate the process because it's going to save you time. And trust me, any client that you deliver their work on time will be fully impressed by you. Now, let's look at our next tool, which is Microsoft Excel for large data and advanced functions. Google Sheets is great, yeah, but Excel is a must learn if you're handling a large data set. It's perfect for accounting, inventory management, and also for project tracking. And why is that? This is because it's more powerful and it allows complex calculations, pivot tables, and automations. It is advisable that you master pivot tables to analyze thousands of data points within seconds. For example, if you're working in a retail business, maybe you're asked to track like their um 3 years worth of sales data. And instead of you scrolling through thousands of rows, you use your pivot table to generate your report like in 5 minutes. So for our next tool, which is Google Forms, which is actually best for collecting data automatically, like instead of manually typing survey results or typing customers' informations, you can use Google Forms because it automatically collects responses and then stores them in your Google Sheets. That's when you link it, which will eventually save you time. It's also best for event registration, feedback collection, and customer data tracking. So if you're handling customers' inquiries, creating a Google form is actually the best option instead of just collecting data manually. Because let's say, for example, a business client maybe needs to collect everyone's sign up details for an online event. Instead of you to keep handling their emails one after the other, maybe like hundreds of them, it's actually best for you to create a Google form where all of them can sign in so that you can actually link like automatically link their details in a Google Sheet. So for our next tool, which is Google Analytics, which is best for which is the tool for tracking online data and mostly used by social media managers, especially if you're working for a client who runs a website or social media. They will always need to keep tracking their data. Google Analytics helps to monitor website visitors, engagement, and campaign performances, and is crucial for businesses, influencers, and online stores. So, if you are a virtual assistant working for a client in the social media field, it's advisable to learn how to generate Google Analytics reports because this skill is something that can make you stand out the most. Because sometimes a client might want insights on their Instagram traffic, so it's left for you to combine their Google Analytics and Facebook insights to generate a full report on their growth trends. And trust me, your clients will be fully impressed by this, or they can be impressed by the level of details that you provide for them. Now, for our last tool, which is the CRM software, which is best for managing customer sales and data. If you're handling customers' informations, business leads, and sales records, you need a CRM tool. And examples are Zoho CRM, Salesforce, and HubSpot. And these tools keeps track of contacts, emails, and sales pipelines. So if you're working with a business client, always ask them what CRM tools they use, and by mastering them, that makes you more valuable. Which reminds me of when I worked with a real estate company that needed to track hundreds of client leads. Instead of using spreadsheets, which would have made my work to look messy, I used the HubSpot CRM to organize leads and also to set reminders for follow-ups. So seeing how we have different tools for specific data entry tasks, it's advisable to make your research before starting out or carrying out a task. And for you to do that, you need to ask yourself these questions. What kind of data are you working with? Is it financial data, customer data, social media data, and so on? And once you decide, you can go ahead and ask yourself, what is the best tool for this task? Is it Google Sheets? Is it your CRM? Or is it Google Analytics? You can also include this part where you ask your clients if they have a preferred tools, or if there is any tool that you need to learn before you start handling your task. So like I said earlier, never assume that Google Sheet is the best for everything. Some industries have different softwares specified for different data entry tasks. So don't forget to make your research before you begin. How do you stand out as a data entry pro? If you want to be seen as a top tier virtual assistant in data entry, then follow these principles. First and foremost, speed is great, but accuracy is king because one wrong entry can actually cost a business a fortune. Secondly, know your tools inside out. By mastering formulas, shortcuts, and automations, it can actually make your work efficient. Thirdly, every industry uses a different tool, so always research the required tools for your client's business. And lastly, presentation matters a lot. A clean, well-organized data makes you look professional. The more you refine these skills, the more valuable you become, because data entry is not just about typing, it's about strategy, precision, and about using the right tools. So tell me in the comments, which of these tools have you used before and which of these tools do you wish to learn? If you found this video valuable, endeavor to give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more videos and lessons on virtual assistants.